One of my favorite Bible passages is found in John chapter 2. John chapter 2 is a passage that I thoroughly enjoy, and especially when I'm invited to share or to officiate at a wedding, I really enjoy turning to John chapter 2. And so I'm going to just briefly read John chapter 2 from verse 1 to verse 4. I'm going to try to explain what was happening in John chapter 2 and also try to explain why my prayer life has changed after reading John chapter 2. My prayer life of recent is, Jesus, can you give me more wine? Jesus, can you give me more wine? Some of you are probably asking, what is this guy praying? Is he serious? Is he serious? I am serious, but I hope to help you to maybe understand it contextually, and hopefully I want to encourage you to maybe pray, Jesus, give me more wine. And so John chapter 2 verse 1 to 4 says, on the third day a wedding took place at Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine was gone, Jesus' mother said to him, they have no more wine. Dear woman, why do you involve me? Jesus replied, my time has not yet come. My time has not yet come. Just for a bonus, I'm going to add verse 5, just for bonus. His mother said to the servants, do whatever he tells you. Do whatever he tells you. And so there's a wedding that is taking place, and it's taking place at a village. And in the biblical times, when a wedding took place, it was a week-long wedding. Everybody got invited to the wedding. The whole village is invited to the wedding. And it was it was very hospitable, and it was the responsibility of the couple to make sure that the village is fed for the whole week. So you had to make sure that there was enough food for everybody that you invited to the wedding for that whole week. And you know what? I understand this even more because, hey, in the African culture, I know that when you have a wedding, whether you gave somebody an invite or not, if it's happening at your home, people will attend. It is the wedding for the entire village. And so the entire village is at this wedding. And on the third day, they run out of wine. On the third day, they run out of wine. This is really embarrassing because wine was a drink that was commonly drank in the biblical days. It wasn't as strong in alcohol volume, but it was a common drink that was drank in those days. And so they had run out of wine on the third day of the wedding day. They had nothing to drink. They had no drinks to offer. And so Mary goes to her son Jesus and says, listen, they have no more wine. I do not know how Mary knows this. Probably she's part of the catering team. Probably, you know, it could be a family member, or it could be Mary pushing a catering company. I do not know, but she says they have no more wine. It's not the case that Mary had a catering company. So let me not add that because, you know, Christians might come and butcher me. But I'm just trying to get you to use your imagination. But Mary knows something that other people do not know. And she comes to her son and says, they have no more wine. And she probably expected her son to do something about it. And Jesus says, woman, why do you involve me? Why do you involve me? It's not my time. And then Mary says this, she persists and says, tells the servants of Jesus, do whatever he tells you to do. Do whatever he tells you to do. Long story short, you know, he commands the servants to fill these jars, these 6 stone water jars. They were massive. Fill them with water to the brim. After filling them with water to the brim, he says, draw some water out and take it to the master of the ceremony, or the master of the banquet. Gives it to the master of the banquet. The master of the banquet tastes this water that had been turned into wine and says, this is the best wine ever. The servants knew that it was the doing of Jesus, but the master of the banquet did not know. And so he brings in the bridegroom and says, listen, what is common is that people would give the best wine first. The couple who are getting married would give the best wine first and then take out the cheaper one when people are drunk. But you have saved the best wine for last. You've saved the best till now. And the party continues. So wine then, yes, is symbolic to a drink, but figuratively, wine is symbolic to love, to joy, to vitality. Love, joy, vitality, figuratively. And it's possible that for the couple, that in their marriage, before the marriage even began, there's a possibility that they had lost love, that lost vitality, that lost joy. Because for people who have prepared for a wedding day, it is quite taxing. For people who have prepared to get married on the wedding day, there's so much that goes into that. And it's possible that in the preparation of the wedding day, it's possible in your preparation for your marriage that you can lose love, that you can lose vitality, that you can lose joy. But Jesus comes to the rescue and he turns water into wine. And I just pray that Jesus will give you more wine, figuratively, that he will give you more love, more joy, more vitality, that in your relationship with him, that you will feel the love, that you will feel the vitality, that you will feel more life and life in abundance, that in your relationship with your family members, with your spouse or with your children, that the Lord will give you wine, that he'll give you new wine, figuratively, as I say, symbolic to joy, vitality, and life.